course, as we've talked about, highly recruited athlete in high school. But the man is about to walk the aisle. I understand the legendary Luthez is in attendance here tonight. One of the great, in my opinion, all-time great spokesmen and representatives of the sport of wrestling. Some say that Thez was the greatest champion. But many say, and I agree, that there's the man.
The man right here, walking the aisle right now, 5-time world heavyweight champion, taking on the very best and defeated the best. Tremendous ego with a great amount of ability. And he always says that to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And he does believe there's a man that walks the face of the earth that can put Ric Flair's shoulders to the mat for the count of 3.
In 1975, that man was Pro Wrestling's Rookie of the Year. In 1986, the Rookie of the Year was Lex Luger. And now let's go up to Gary Capetta.
Wrestling fans, the following contest is for the World Heavyweight Championship. It is set for one fall with a 45-minute time limit. Introducing first the challenger to my left, hailing from Chicago, Illinois, weighing 262 pounds, the total package, Lex Luger! And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, he is accompanied by the Executive Director of the Horsemen, James J. Dillon. From Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing 245 pounds, he is the World Heavyweight Champion, Nature Boy, Ric Flair. And ladies and gentlemen, remember the stipulation that if Ric Flair is disqualified, then Lex Luger will become the next heavyweight champion of the world.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the introductions have been completed. And I think a point to something we should point out here, Luger normally weighs in at 275. And we'll get a shot of Luger here in a few moments. And I think you can see that he has pulled a little bit of weight. He weighed in before we went on the air here tonight at 262. He's down 13 pounds, Bob. He has not been sick. He told me earlier today that he has really been concentrating on his diet because Flair's cardiovascular conditioning is legendary in this sport.
Yeah. And Luger wants to pick up a little speed. He hopes that's going to help him, and it's going to make him stay longer too.
Endurance.
Yeah, the endurance factor that he's not going to be so heavy. He's a lean, mean fighting machine at this weight. There's no doubt about it. Is Lex Luger, and I think the champion.
Make that up?
I made that up. I think the champion is really going to be taken and tested right here to the hill.
A lot of mind games have been played before this one. A lot of closed-door meetings involving this match regarding the strategies that Ric Flair and J.J. Dillon have cultivated and developed.
Well, we've seen the best that there are play mind games with Ric Flair, and you always come out on the losing end when you do that.
Flair, the consummate tactician. Nobody's better at executing in the squared circle. Now what Lex Luger's got to do is hope that Flair makes a mistake, but what Luger's got to do, in my opinion, Bob, he's a power wrestler.
Well, and I think the champion too here, Jim, is taunting him. He's trying to make him lose his cool. If he can do that to Luger, it's certainly going to work to his advantage, and he's just teasing him, taunting him in the ring now. That's the mind game you talked about, Jim, and there it is.
Elbow tie up. Back into the corner they go, and Flair likes to use those big chops right here. Tommy Young assigned this one. He went downstairs. Luger retaliates, wraps Flair up, brings him back to the ropes. Flair goes downstairs to go. What a chop.
Well, he can cut you in two with those chops.
Clothesline. Well, he was styling and profiling. Caught a clothesline.
That was some clothesline. It was like he was hit by a tree trunk. The way he went flying backwards over that top rope. He's having trouble getting his breath, too, from that one. Tremendous blow from Luger.
I think we're going to see Flair get a little bit more serious here now, Bob. He's been styling and profiling, and where's he going now? He's walking down the aisle back toward the locker room. He's not going anywhere.
No, he's going to come back. No doubt about that one.
He's going to taunt Luger and do everything he can to get Luger thinking about everything but his game plan. Flair's a master at that. There's Luthez, the legendary champion of the world on many, many occasions, 7 times to be exact. Certainly a privilege to have him here tonight.
Good reversal by Luger.
Good counter wrestling by Lex Luger. And one of the phases of Luger's game that has really improved has been his counter wrestling. We know that he's a great power wrestler. If you take a look at the total package, this kid was recruited by every major college in the country coming out of high school. Signed with Joe Paterno, played at Penn State, transferred to Miami, played for Lou Saban there.
Yep.
Former coach of the Buffalo Bills and many other teams. And Luger was an offensive lineman, had great quickness to play in the offensive interior. And look at that football tackle, that big block right there.
And
How would you like to have him protecting your quarterback?
Oh, man, he had a lot of power and speed behind that when he came flying off of the ropes. And with that tackle, Flair just popped the mat as he was hit hard.
Great shot right there, right over the shoulder of the heavyweight champion. NWA Referee of the Year, Tommy Young, assigned this one. No finer a man in striped shirt, in my opinion, than old Tommy Young. I'll tell you something. He's all right. One thing about Tommy, in my opinion, Tommy will call it right down the middle.
He'll do that. There's no doubt either right now that Ric Flair is taking the situation much more serious than he was at the beginning of the match. But he caught Luger.
Ooh. Gosh.
Those powerful blows from Flair, those chops. And as we said earlier, he'll cut you hard with them.
Great agility by the package. And a power slam.
He's going out of the ring again. There goes the champion.
You know, Bob, he got him in that power slam and twisted it as he came down, and Flair landed right on his hip. Goes for the ride again, upstairs.
Boy, the view from up there must be terrifying.
He fell one more time right on his hip there. He tried to break his fall, but to no avail. And Flair is punished here, and now his foot's on the outside.
5 minutes.
Oh, God.
A lot of time left in this one.
And Flair on the apron of the ring. He's in pain and he's hurting. And who wouldn't be after the blows he's taken from Luger? But the indication of a true champion, Jim, is a man that can take it and come back. And this one can certainly do it.
He can do it, Bob. It was 1975, or somewhere in that vicinity, that he was in a plane crash, suffered a broken back. A lot of people know that in the sport. I mean, it's not a secret.
No, I remember it very well.
You were involved in Mid-Atlantic Wrestling at that time. But the thing about it is that obviously his back has been healed. But how much punishment can he take? And Luger looks like he has almost picked that particular part of the anatomy to really put the high impact on. It's J.J. Dillon. I don't know who he's talking to there. Maybe George Napolitano or somebody.
I don't know. The way that Lex Luger's going in the ring, he may have Dillon talking to himself.
Well, that would certainly be a...
You think it'd be an interesting conversation?
Well, it would be very rewarding. Oh, what a chop. And look at Luger. His pectoral development is second to none. And now he's chasing Flair right outside. This bevy of photographers around the ring scattering. Tommy Young trying to restrain
in the ring.
Luger.
Gotta be in the ring. Come on.
All right. Flair wants to slow it down here. And he lulled Luger into a false sense of security and gut-shotted him right with his boot right to the solar plexus.
Well, Luger has taken those blows, though, and he comes right back.
Flair, his arm took the blunt of the blow that time. And Luger goes right for the hammerlock. Now that's smart wrestling by Lex Luger.
Well, it's obvious so far in the match that the harder blows, the more punishing blows have been landed by the challenger.
This major event, the biggest event of the year in wrestling, being covered by all the major magazines. Photographers from all over the country here, especially to cover this one. The most coveted title in wrestling. And men like Lou Thesz gave it its credibility by defending the title against all comers from coast to coast. And Flair has, of course, carried on that tradition. And there's a man that wants the baton passed to him, the total package, Lex Luger. I think he's smart, Bob, keeping his game plan very simplistic, very simple.
That's right, and Luger has said a youth will prevail, that it's time for the baton, as you say, to be passed to youth, and that he's the one to pick it up, and that he's going to carry that flame and that torch. Let us remind you again that on Monday night, February 20th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, another pay-per-view extravaganza.
Luger going right back to work on Flair. Flair reverses, sends Luger off. Luger with a big football tackle. Flair drops down. And Luger reversed that one with brute strength. Not finesse, but brute strength. Flair back into the corner and just popped the thumb right into the eye of the total package.
It doesn't make any difference how strong you are, how big you are, how powerful you are, and what kind of muscles you got. The finger to the eye, that will stop them all.
Right hand administered to the total package by the heavyweight champion of the world.
Boy, if the champion gets you wounded, watch out. Boy, he can smell it. He knows when he's got you hurt, and he'll stay on top of you. Those are just powerful blows in the corner. They just ring all around the arena. They're so powerful.
Oh, look at Luger. We are talking intensity and emotion, and Flair tries to break that momentum, get out of the ring, but Luger is chasing him.
He's right behind him. Watch out.
Yeah, right here by us, Bob. He's trying to break Flair's arm. He was working on it earlier. He's working it on the steel railing right here. Luger's going to do all he can to incapacitate.
And he's going to take him right behind us. Looks like he's going to take him and carry him back to the ring. Nope, to the ring post.
He ran him right, his shoulder right into the ring post. The total package now physically asserting himself very decisively. I'll tell you something. Flair, what a great competitor. He won his first title in 1981. Held it on 5 different occasions. As a matter of fact, at the very first Starrcade, he won it back. So Starrcade has had special significance for Nature Boy Ric Flair. On that night, Gene Kaninsky a former NWA champion was the referee.
That's right.
And we've got another great former NWA champion here in attendance tonight. I don't know if that has any semblance or any significance, but we are at Starrcade, and there is a legend here that's not wrestling, so who knows? This may be Flair's night, or is it tonight? Is this the night that the package finally realizes his dream? And Lord knows he has really been training hard for this night and this night alone.
He has been pointing to it for months. This one bout, this one night, Lex Luger has been thinking of nothing else. He realizes that he was oh so close to the championship before, that he had that championship won in Baltimore, and he truly feels and believes that it should have been his. He's determined now that nothing is going to stop him here.
Flair fights back, but Luger's still the aggressor here. As we mentioned, Luger lost it on a technicality in Baltimore. Flair being thrown off. Good move there by Ric Flair. Nice power move by the champion. Good, oh, what an agility by Luger. Misses with a clothesline, but not with that.
Well, he didn't get him going, but he got him coming back.
Tommy Young outside to get in position to make the count. Great officiating mechanics there by Tommy Young. And Flair, we're talking about a 2.5, Bob. We're less than a half a second away from a new champion. And he's going to suplex him back in, it looks like.
All the way from the apron over the top rope. He's got him in position, and there he goes.
What strength. Standing vertical suplex. Lateral press. He's not got the leg grapevine. And Flair got his left arm, his left shoulder more specifically, up just before the 3 count. A little hesitation there, and if you hesitate against Ric Flair, as the saying goes, he who hesitates is lost.
Yeah, all he needs is just a fraction of a second. Flair, even when you think he's out, he's got that mind that's always turning and spinning, a computer-like mind in that head when it comes to wrestling. And Flair knows what's going on at all times in the ring. He only needs just that fraction of a second.
Both men now back up to their feet. Flair with a big, powerful kick to the midsection of the total package. As we mentioned, Luger on a very special diet. On a strong cardiovascular conditioning program. He knows that his physical conditioning will be tested by the Nature Boy. Flair, the native of Minneapolis, Minnesota, throws Luger right on the outside. Flair's very careful not to go outside and get involved. And also J.J. Dillon has also stayed away from Luger on the outside.
I think they're very aware of the fact that a disqualification for him is going to cost him that championship.
Now he's walking a thin line right here, a close line. What a shot. They're outside here. Tommy Young's over there talking to J.J. Dillon. He's not going to get anything out of that deal. He's got to get right in the middle of this situation. Flair could be disqualified here, Bob.
Tommy Young has started to count on him.
Flair just slammed Luger right on the security railing. Now that is not an automatic disqualification. And the cocky champion, now he may be like Ernest Biner of the Browns, get 2 15-yarders for popping off to the referee.
That's right, he's close now.
But these 15-yarders will cost you a lot of money, and the world's title more specifically.
15
That
minutes
piece of gold around that waist means
15
many bucks. And Ric Flair, nobody's more aware of that than is Flair. But sometimes in the heat of battle, Jim, you just don't think clearly about those things.
Nice snapmare by the champion. Backs up to the corner, gets some momentum, and drops a knee right to the head of the total package, Lex Luger.
Well, this is the kind of match that we were certain it was going to be. They were going to stand toe-to-toe, and they were going to go at each other, both of them in outstanding condition. And then it was just going to see who could last the longest, who could take the most punishment.
Flair with another thunderous chop, follows it with once again with a snapmare. The heavyweight champion of the world asserting himself. dropping both feet right to the solar plexus area as J.J. Dillon has a much more positive look on his face now than he did earlier in the match. Well, I used to say this around Oklahoma, somebody's gonna get their whole card checked tonight.
Yeah.
And Luger's whole card will be checked here and is being checked by the greatest champion ever in the NWA. And look at Flair, Flair nails him and then just smiles. He enjoys it so much.
He's loving every moment of it right now as he's got it going his way. He's got the challenger reeling. He's trying to come up with a knockout punch.
He's hitting him with everything but the kitchen sink. And Luger's taking it.
Every time Luger just digs down deeper and deeper, just refuses to give in to it.
Luger with short right hands. Flair catches him in the side headlock. Luger goes down. Nice move by Flair. And Luger caught him with a sleeper. A sleeper.
It could be it right here. We may be looking at a new world's heavyweight champion.
This is quite a deviation from the power moves, like the human torture rack we've seen him use. The sleeper, a very effective weapon, especially for someone that is as tall as Luger and with the great strength that he possesses. The sleeper becomes even that much more effective. And he's got it wrenched down. Flair is reaching out for the ropes. That may be his only salvation right here, is to get to the ropes.
Trying to get to his feet again. He was close to the ropes. Now Luger drags him more toward the center of the ring.
What a counter move by Ric Flair.
Another indication of the fact that Ric Flair is always thinking in the ring. No matter what kind of a position he's in, no matter what kind of shape or what kind of hold his opponent has got on him, he's always looking for an out. And he found it right there.
I'll tell you something, Bob. If wrestling could be considered an art form, then that man is using oils, and many of the others are using watercolors. Because he is the consummate. What a move. I mean, Luger had it going his way, and Flair out of nowhere countered the move, and now look who's on the aggressor. Look who is the aggressor now. Inside cradle. One, two.
Flair was going to go for the figure four. And in a twinkling of an eye, Luger rolled him up in that cradle.
Big chop there. What's been one of his prime weapons. Starting to take its toll on Lex Luger. Snap mare. Now Flair slowly but surely going to the top rope. But the package is up top. He's up there with him, Bob. He's gonna pick up a superplex, it looks like.
He's going to suplex him off of that rope.
Wow! This could be it! Get a new champion right here! Oh, man! I wish if you could have seen how close Tommy Young's hand was coming down. And now Luger, the figure four, locked in on the champion. This is an NWA wrestling crowd here. They love this physical combat.
And again, Lex Luger just within an eyelash of being the world's champion as he's got that figure four, a submission hold, locked in tight now. But Flair reaching back to grab the rope.
J.J. Dillon really upset there that Tommy Young didn't break it.
20 minutes gone by. 20
Luger
minutes.
using his great strength.
All of the power in those tremendous legs as he locks it in tight in that figure four. Now he's made the ropes. They'll have to break it.
He's got to break it now, Bob. You're right. Flair holding on for dear life. White knuckle situation for the champion. He's going to have a hard time even standing, much less mounting an offensive attack here. Luger's got to go right back to work on the lower body.
Try to get him back in a position again to go with that figure four if he can get that lock back in.
Luger just nailed Tommy Young. It was inadvertent. JJ probably wants a disqualification, and Flair just threw Luger over the top rope, which should be an automatic disqualification. but the referee did not see it.
See
He's
how-
over here with JJ.
See how quickly Luger bounced back
Oh
up.
yeah, Luger's got his feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. There, the JJ Dillon involvement, even though it was verbally, prevented that one. Luger had Flair in a pinning predicament with that high crossbody.
At least a 4 and maybe a 5 count that the referee could have counted. Test of strength. He's going to roll him over.
Couldn't hold him. Both men drenched in perspiration, and that may have saved Flair right there as he slipped his arm out. Now Luger back up on the second turnbuckle. Hammers down at the heavyweight champion. Sends him for the ride. Flair upside down. And he's got to go back to working the leg, Bob. He had it going a while ago. And he's throwing everything he's got at Flair, but that figure 4 looked to be his best move thus far.
Flair on the apron. Looks like he's going to be suplexed back in again now by Luger. Well, you're right. He stayed up. Now you ought to go right back around to the figure 4, but he's going to cover with a press.
Flair got that shoulder up one more time. That's a great conditioning. And the young athletes out there watching this conditioning plays such an important part in your success in any sport. And look at Luger. Talk about conditioning. Look at that body.
Well, it's a heart that just won't quit and a heart that just won't give up.
Well, you can't measure someone's heart in the weight room. You either got it or you don't. Slam. Once again, Flair's back punished by the 6'5", 262-pound challenger for the heavyweight championship of the world. Power slam.
He didn't cover him, though.
He's going to go for the torture rack, it looks like.
Well, he's got JJ. You saw Flair roll right out of the ring.
JJ saying he wasn't doing anything. Flair. What's he doing? He's got a chair. Flair's got a chair. Oh my God! Right across his knees. Right across his shin and his knee with a steel chair. And JJ had the referee on the far side of the ring. The referee was in the back 40 and couldn't see what was going on right over here by us.
Looking the other way. Talking with James J. Dillon. It gave Flair the opportunity to drag Luger out of the ring and get that steel chair right down across that knee. And he's in tremendous pain.
Did you hear that shin and that knee crack when that steel chair hit it, Bob? My God, his leg could be cracked or his knee could be injured right here.
When you talk about going back to the part that you've heard, you see Flair go right to the leg.
You can bet the champion will not, he probably won't even care about the upper body from here on out. He's going to work on the leg. I hope we've got an orthopedic specialist on call here. Luger's leg, he can barely stand up.
Flair from behind again, right on that knee. Luger is fighting it, trying to get up. I don't know how he would fight on one leg, and that's exactly what he's going to have to do, hobbling around now. He's completely immobile.
Luger is just going now on guts. I am bewildered at the sound that Luger's leg
25
made
minutes gone by.
from that steel chair.
25 minutes.
I mean, Flair, with every ounce of strength he had, cracked that steel chair across the leg of Lex Luger. In all reality, fans, I am very surprised it didn't break his leg, Bob, because it shot like a 22.
And you saw Luger just try to stand up, when he did, his leg caved right in under him. And the Nature Boy, Flair's going to continue to stomp and kick away at it. You better believe he's not going to give him a moment's rest.
Flair pulls him out very aggressively. Flair backs up, drops a knee across the leg of Lex Luger. And now will Flair go for the figure 4? Yes, he will. Figure 4. And this is a matter of time now.
How much can he stand? How much pain can Lex Luger stand?
It's a matter of time, Bob. There's no way that a human being can take a blow with a steel chair across the leg. The knees are so delicate. And you can't, there's no way. I don't, listen to the crowd. Luger, they're chanting.
And Luger just screaming out in pain as Ric Flair has that figure four locked in tight, really putting the pressure on him. There's insult to injury. He slaps him across the face.
Luger trying to muster all the strength he can to turn the champion over. He's done it. He's reversed it.
Unbelievable, but he did turn it.
Now both men have got injured legs, but I still think Luger is still the worse for wear. He can't hardly stand up.
No, he can't stand up on that leg. When he gets up, he's got to get up just on that right leg. That left leg just caves in under him each time he tries to put any weight on it.
J.J. Dillon just told Ric Flair to go right back to work on the leg. He said, go right to the leg, go right to the leg. Flair can't even pick Luger up. Snapmare takes him over. Flair back to the ropes for a little momentum. Drops the knee. Great shot right there. You can see exactly the impact across the knee of Lex Luger. And Ric Flair perhaps going for it all on the outside, indicative that he's going up to the top.
Every move has been toward that knee and toward that leg. Luger caught him up on the ropes.
Luger one leg and all. Is going to try to slam him from the top. Luger's doing it on one leg. Flair powerfully slammed by Luger. The 6'5" Adonis with a powerful slam. But Luger cannot follow it up with any more offense. He's crawling to Flair. He's crawling to compete with the world's champion.
This has got to be one of the most gutsy performances ever, as Lex Luger just refuses to give in and refuses to quit.
Luger not even registering. He's going now on adrenaline. This crowd has got back into it. They've got Luger back motivated. Bad leg and all. He's going for it all here. Look at his military Chris Flair. And hold that leg. He could be doing a lot of damage to his knee right now. We don't know how badly it's injured, Bob, but every minute he stays on it, it looks like he's going to hurt it that much more. Outside he goes. But look at him fight back up.
Unbelievable. Determination, that's all. Determination and guts. Look at this move over the rope. And he still got his shoulders down for the count of two.
We have had several near falls. Flair on the receiving end of the majority. What a gallant effort thus far, and it's not over, friends. Big forearm, that's like hitting a tree. Luger just doesn't want to go down.
Oh, Flair had him in position right where he wanted him, and he couldn't do anything with it.
Luger limping to the corner. He's on top. Big right hand.
Boy, it's got to be frightening when you hit an opponent
30
with everything
minutes
you've
gone
got.
by, 30 minutes. There are 15 minutes remaining in time limit.
Coming.
Got it coming out with a clothesline. Can he get the lateral press? Grapevine the leg. He's got a grapevine the leg, and he might have him. Flair able to turn and get his left shoulder up. Flair goes for the ride. The package, power slams. Look how he had to turn his body. He couldn't put enough weight on his leg. Well, I'll tell you something. If anybody ever wondered about the guts and the intestinal fortitude of this kid,
Torture rack.
he's got him up in the torture rack. He's got him in the middle of the ring. His leg buckled out from under him. His leg is buckled. Flair uses the ropes, and Flair pins him. Luger's leg buckled underneath him as he had Flair in the human torture rack. And Flair, then the wise veteran, the 5-time champion of the world, used the ropes for leverage and secured the pinfall on the total package. What an effort and what guts by the total package Lex Luger.
What a disappointing ending for Luger when he had the champion up in the air in the torture rack. But that leg that had really taken
Ladies
the
and
punishment,
gentlemen,
it just folded right under.
the winner of the match, and still World Heavyweight Champion, Nature Boy Ric